Okay, so now we've done the chakra assessment, which you'll give to your clients as a prerequisite, just to see what particular chakras are out of balance and what insights they get from that. We're going to look at the case history and intake form. So we do a case history and intake form on 3 chakras in particular, and there are physical chakras. They're the ones that hold most of the human imprinting, if you like. And that's the root chakra that governs our survival, our trust, our stability, our instincts, our fear. Then we look at the sacral chakra, so how our relationships were during a certain area of our life, period of our life. So the root chakra governs the ages of 0 to 7. So how was our environment at that time? Was it stable? Did we move around a lot? Were there issues around security, finances, etc.? Then we look at the sacral chakra, the second chakra moving up the body. That governs relationships, emotions, creativity, intimacy, but how we feel about our body, female's intuition as well. So this is active between the ages of 7 and 14. That's when it's forming its imprinting. So the chakras act as energy kind of vortexes. So they communicate with our environment, and they're bringing in and sending out information, and this is how we're sensing and perceiving the world. So at the sacral, we're looking at who we are in relation to other people. So from 7 to 14, we can go through puberty, we can go through our rebellion stage. Do we feel like we belong to the tribe, the family that we've been born into? Or do we seek out a sense of belonging somewhere else? If we go through a rebellion stage where, a certain music we listen to, it's normally because we feel like we belong there. All that energy then moves up into the 3rd chakra, which is the solar plexus, and that then forms our identity, how we go out and act in the world, where we get our confidence and power from. So it's a really important centre, because this is between 14 and 22. This is when we're really knowing our place in the world. So the case history and intake form, so I've created a mini ebook for you to give your clients as a brief introduction to the chakras, so that when you come to do this coaching with them, they already have got a small understanding of the chakras, so you're not having to explain it to them all the time. So the first page of the intake form, it's a welcome. Welcome to the Soul Awakening Coaching Method. This method of spiritual coaching combines ancient knowledge of the body's chakra system with transformational coaching methods designed to jettison the human desire to grow and evolve through stages of consciousness and psychological development. The heart of the Soul Awakening Coaching Method is to help clients uncover the root cause and ingrained patterning that might be thwarting their psychological and spiritual development. It explains the matrix of the mind, body and soul, and how this connects with our emotions on a conscious and subconscious level, creating our behaviour pattern and ultimately our reality. The job of the coach is to fully support and facilitate the soul awakening potential of the client by finding out through the Soul Awakening Coaching Method what lies below the surface of the client's behaviours and motivations, to discover what stage of consciousness and soul evolution the client is at, and what they are trying to achieve in their life and for what purpose. By doing this, you will uncover their unmet needs, core beliefs and values. It's the job of the coach to facilitate the coaching process of the Soul Awakening Method by holding space and facilitating the coaching techniques. Please note, as the client, you are fully responsible for the transformational change that occurs As the client, you are fully responsible for the transformational changes that occur during or after the Soul Awakening Coaching Method. No guarantees can be made on what, if any, changes, insights, revelations or clarity you may gain during the process, as each individual transforms at their own unique pace. It is important to note that this is an empowering process and puts you, the client, in the driving seat. You are responsible for your own change. The coach will simply act as a facilitator and guide, and does not take any responsibility for the changes you make in your life during or after the process. When I've worked with clients, they might not notice their change immediately, because change can take a little bit of time. So a year later, I'm noticing their clients' lives transform because it is a step-by-step process for them. So then we've got an introduction about the chakra system. So how chakras affect our health and happiness. There are 7 main chakras in the human energy system, aligned up the spine from the base to the crown of the head. The chakras are conductors of energy. Healthy chakras allow energy to flow freely through the physical to the emotional body and the energetic system. The flow of life force energy, or chi or prana, may be thwarted, however, by negative thoughts, toxins, or a toxin environment. The chakras govern physical parts of the body, acting as energy conductors. Each of the 7 chakras relates to a particular ductless gland and specific organ in and around its area, supplementing them with life energy channeled from the cosmos and the earth. If one or more is blocked, life energy will not flow freely through the system, and we can develop physical problems in that area. Each relates to not only physical issues but to emotional issues. Each has encoded within it the pattern of our attitudes which are blocking the life force or allowing it to flow freely. It is our thoughts and attitudes more than anything else which block or release the flow of energy through the chakra system. During the Soul Awakening coaching method, we will look at the chakra story underlying the first 3 chakras, as these are what we class as the physical chakras that contain all of our human conditioning. The 7 chakras and endocrine glands. Each of the chakras in the body is paired with an endocrine gland, and that endocrine gland governs its function. So before we go any further, here are each of the chakras, their corresponding gland and their function. So then it goes on to talk through the root chakra. So the metaphysical, identity, roots, family, belonging, support, foundation, tribe, stability and structure. And on a physical level, it governs the skeletal system, the reproductive glands, the testes in men, ovaries in women, controls sexual development and secretes sex hormones. The sacral chakra, when we move up, it's orange in colour. It's metaphysical correlation. It's connected to our relationships, our sensuality, the experience of pleasure, intimacy, creativity, emotions and manifestation. Physically, can relate to our adrenal glands, regulates the immune system and metabolism, the womb in women. The solar plexus is a yellow colour. Metaphysically, transformation, will, identity, confidence, ego, our motivation, our self-worth and our mojo, really, our power. Physically, it governs the stomach, the pancreas and regulates metabolism. The heart chakra can be pink or green, and it governs love, grief, nurturing, compassion, forgiveness, self-love. Physically, governs the thymus gland and regulates the immune system, the lungs. The throat chakra, metaphysically, it's about authenticity. Are we speaking our truth? How are we expressing ourselves? The spoken word governs vibration, which manifests into reality. Physically, it governs the thyroid glands. The throat regulates body temperature and metabolism. The third eye chakra, metaphysically, it looks at insight, wisdom, foresight and intuition. Physically, pituitary gland produces hormones and governs the function of the previous 5 glands. Sometimes the pineal gland is linked to the third eye chakra as well to the crown. So the crown chakra metaphysically governs the connection to our source energy or higher self. And physically, it connects to the pineal gland, regulates biological cycles, including sleep. So we then go on to discuss a deeper meaning of the first chakra, which is about identity. How do we feel about our place in the world? Our roots, do we feel grounded to the earth or are we always up in our head? Whatever the other chakras are built on, we need to address the root chakra because that is the foundations. If we were to build a house, we would make sure the foundations are firm so whatever we're building is on solid ground. It's about the support that we receive in life, support from others. How well do we support ourselves? So understanding the first chakra, the root chakra, nothing is more important to us than our roots. The power of our roots flows through us and keeps us grounded as we maintain our stability in the physical world. We need these feelings of security in order to function, And when we feel unrooted, it can make us feel lost and anxious, like a ship without an anchor. Our most crucial instincts of survival are nurtured here, and without these roots we may become disorientated and lose our way in life. So if somebody hasn't had, the first really important years of their life where their root chakra was kind of picking up on their environment, they perceive the world to lack money, or they've now got a need to feel secure, and the way that they meet their need is through material gain, success, or even being alone. Our brain works to serve us and to protect us. So if we have a need of security, then it's interesting to see how this is playing out in the client's life. What are they attaching to that makes them feel secure when they can't find that security inside themselves? This is why it's so important to help to strengthen that. The archetype that can play out in the root chakra is the victim archetype, and we need to help them to work towards becoming the kind of great mother to themselves so that they support themselves. So a deeper meaning of the sacral chakra, the second chakra, which is that beautiful orange, the root chakra is red. The sacral chakra governs relationships, sensuality and the experience of pleasure, intimacy, creativity, emotions, manifestation. So here we can have the body issues, the overeating, the undereating, any body shame that lies there, issues around intimacy. Sacral chakra purpose is about our feelings and our emotions, relationship to our feelings and emotions, creativity and sexuality, how we relate to others and express our emotions, engaging in play, pleasure, fun and creativity. Represents our ability to emotionally express and connect to others. This can be likened to the inner child, where we can feel free enough to express ourselves through passion, purpose and creativity. Here we exchange the energy of ourselves with the energy of others around us and society, and we start to form our own identity and expression. When this chakra is out of balance, there can be issues with emotions, sexuality and relationships. You may not feel very expressive, and you can feel uncomfortable expressing or honouring your emotions. There may be issues with relationships, intimacy, emotional instability, menstrual cycle, and these issues can manifest on a physical level. Addictions can also arise as a way to escape difficult emotions. So the third chakra is about purpose, confidence, personal power, will. How are we showing up? What are our goals? What are our desires to reach those goals? It represents personal power, transformation, and we can say it's like the fire in the belly driving us forward in life, fueling our confidence and our purpose. So it's out of balance. You're going to suffer from issues of low confidence, low self-esteem. You might have an inability to make decisions, but that can also be related to root chakra stuff as well. May lack a sense of purpose and direction, not be able to trust their intuition, and it can show up as digestive issues, acid in the belly. So then we go into the actual intake form itself. So what we're asking for here, regards to the root chakra, is we want to get a clear picture of why they have sought to seek a soul awakening coach. So what is their goal? What is their intention? What journey? Why do they want to go on this journey with you? So then we're going to look at the ages from birth to 7 years old. What do they know about their earliest years? What was the environment like? How was their home life? Who was influencing them at the time? Was it safe to be them? Was mum safe? Was dad safe? What was finances like, etc.? Were they moving around a lot? Did mum or dad have a job which meant they worked shifts, so they were moving around? What can they remember about those early formative years? Then we're going to look at how balanced they currently feel in their life in terms of their support, in terms of trust, safety, etc. What makes them feel like really secure in the world? How balanced do they feel? Do they feel unbalanced or not balanced, and why? Then we're going to look at instinct, trust and safety. So what are their main sources of imbalance when it comes to trust, stability, structure? And where does it show up in their life? What pattern is it? Is it coming in the form of relationships that they feel like they can't trust anyone? Is it coming through their money or their success or their career? They're always, you can't trust people in work. What's happening and what pattern? Then we're going to look at the client's thought pattern around their stability and their structure and foundation. So we're going to ask them a series of questions that's going to allow you to get some deeper insight into how their thought process. So we're going to ask questions like, do you move forward in life easily? Do you feel supported in life? So we're going to then look at the physical issues they may be experiencing. So as we know, we're all made of energy, and we have several energy bodies that we will talk about on the course. But it's said that anything that manifests on the physical level has first started out in your energy body. So by the time it's got here, it's just this, we are the densest energy that's turned to matter. So we're going to ask questions around what they're feeling physically, any issues with lower back, joint, feet, ankle, etc. So we're going to get a clear insight then about what's happening in your client's root chakra, and I can't stress how important this is. It governs pretty much everything, because the root chakra then takes that energy up. The energy flows up, the masculine, the feminine energy. Masculine to your right side, feminine to your female side on the left, and these go up the body like this and swirl around the chakras. So we're going to look at the root because it's the basis of everything. So I'm going to let you go through this yourself. You're going to ask yourself, go through this journal yourself, write down your answers, and we'll discuss at the end, okay?